Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are good today. I am gonna grab my notebook. It's downstairs. I haven't done a live in a long time. It feels a little weird. In a different space. I don't like the background so much. I don't have anything up yet. Working on it, but I wanted to come on and talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things that have been going on in the press lately. With my banner. Um, there we go. And I have to talk to you guys about Salt Lake City also. There's some things going on there. And I'm also going to I kind of stopped posting on my YouTube channel when I got demonetized. So I'm going to be back to posting and doing lives. So I hope you guys are ready. I like to do them in the afternoon around this time of day. So if it works good for you, make sure you guys comment. And everything in this video is, of course, alleged. I'm not going to play my intro. I did leave my notebook downstairs, which I needed because I took notes for you guys. But I can talk about the Monica situation first because this is alleged and it is going to allegedly come out at the reunion. And it sort of makes sense because Monica recently just posted on her Instagram a photo of herself with a mugshot saying, basically that she was going to expose it or tell it and not anyone else. And I can read it for you guys if you'd like the exact post, but she posted her mugshot with it and claims that it was from 20. I don't know. It was a while ago, and she said that it was over $100. Uh, now here's where the reunion comes in. So everything happens allegedly in Bermuda, and it is true that Heather finds out that Monica is allegedly suing Beauty Lab over these, like, she's saying her injections or the Botox was not up to grade, like it was expired. I'm not really sure if she's implying that the product was bad or if the person who did the actual injections didn't do them right or didn't do the way that she liked them. I don't understand because she says that she, instead of having the Beauty Lab redo the work, she went to a whole different place and had it done by somebody else. That's a little strange because of the fact that, like, you can only, I mean, I guess you can put a lot of Botox in, but if you are going for your 6-month or yearly Botox and you're getting a decent amount put in, I don't know if you could just turn around and go somewhere else and have that same amount put in. Really quickly though, I want to shout out to the real Andy BH. I love him. He's been on this channel many a times. I've been on his channel many a times. He was actually guest at Kathy Hilton's Christmas party, her pajama Christmas party. I love it. He took pictures. It's really sweet. And I really love that Kathy included him. And it's really cute. They're all in pajamas. Lots of press there, obviously, but it still was really, really cute and really, really awesome that he got to go. I remember when he started doing videos out of his car. Literally. I did too. I used to do them on my break at work. I would be in my scrubs. So it's awesome to see people winning. Congratulations, the real Andy BH. The other person I want to congratulate is gosh, I'm not gonna be able to think of his name. Was my friend. Oh, he is my friend. I was on his show. He's been on my show. I cannot think of his name. He just reached 90,000 followers. That's huge. Last year at this time, he had 10,000. So crazy. Those are some accounts that you're definitely gonna want to go follow. Are you guys commenting? Nobody's commenting. Do you guys want to talk Beverly Hills? Do you want to talk New Jersey or Salt Lake City? What I was saying, finishing though with Salt Lake City, was basically that the women have figured out that Monica was a witness in the federal investigation against Jen Shah. And I said this a long time ago, and I've said it on my podcast, Housewives 411, lots of times. If Jen Shah had went to trial, Monica would have been responsible to testify. That's a very strange position to be in because typically people don't go around volunteering themselves to testify. Hey Tay Tay. Hi Jamie. Thank you guys for texting or messaging so I know you guys are in the room. when you are a federal witness in an investigation, you normally, it's not because you just volunteered yourself or you're walking on the street and saw something go down. It's because you were part of it. If you notice, everyone that was going to testify against Jen Shaw, was people that had worked for her. It was people who had done their own illegal activities like Stewart, and they too had taken plea deals and said, okay, I'm willing to testify against Jen Shaw in lieu of a lower sentence, less probation, lower fine, whatever you want to call it, whatever it was. Okay. So, hi, Jamie. So, to just insert yourself, not because you did not because you were taking part in illegal activity and they came to you and said, if you testify, we'll cut you a break with your charges, but because you allegedly, Monica says, and this is, I got it from page 6 because I didn't want to have to sort through the episodes. I can actually read it verbatim for you guys. That way I'm not stuttering over it. But she says that she was working for Jen Shaw as an assistant, which right away, boom, red flag for me. Why are you working for Jen Shaw as an assistant? We know Jen Shaw had a ton of assistants, right? On the show, remember, she had like Stewart and like 3 other assistants, but Utah is small, so people know people's reputation. It's not like New York City. Yes, the federal government had been watching Jen Shaw for 10 years, and originally it did start in New York City because she was managing an entire sales floor and living in a penthouse, nice ass apartment, and the government was like, this doesn't make sense. So let me see here. Let me pull this up for you, Monica. So in lieu of the reunion, she posted her mugshot. And I'm assuming it's because we are going to be talking about it. Now, this is all, again, alleged. Bermuda, Heather finds out that Monica is the one suing her. It's a lot like the case out of Orange County. Do you guys remember when Heather Dubrow made her first appearance back? And there was a woman named Nicole that was coming on as a friend of someone, I think. She used to date Jim Bellino. And she had sued Terry at some point, or she was like on a lawsuit with other people against Terry for a boob job. Okay. Where's the page? I like to read it from an exclusive place like page 6. One second, guys. Okay. Why is it giving me Yahoo? Because I'm on my laptop. That's why it's not giving me any. Okay, here we go. So, one, you're shading Jen Shaw by saying Jen Shaw wanted me to come in on this scheme, and I didn't want to. It's basically what she's saying. And then it gets even better because I'm pretty sure that the boyfriend that she was is a cop. He's something within the Blue Brothers. So make note of that, okay? So I'm not going to give you guys the whole article. And remember, Andy Cohen asked her all of this on Watch What Happens Live. So he says, Garcia alleged during an interview Tuesday that Jen Shaw had confided in her about her nationwide scam, which primarily targeted the elderly when she was working as the ex-Bravo celebrity's assistant. They called her an ex-Bravo celebrity, not even an ex-housewife. Wow. Anyways, do you just walk up to people and tell them about your nationwide scam and ask them to be a part of it? Is that how it works? Don't you think that you would, like, I don't know something about them, know them for a little bit of time, build some sort of rapport before you start talking about straight ass illegal activity and asking them to join? What kind of shit are we talking about here? I don't think the employees joined. I think they were just like doing illegal things. They were like complicit. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just looking the other way. Anyways, sorry. So Andy Cohen says, how did you find out what she was doing? Like, for real? She says, for real? She honestly told me. Cohen, 55, then asked for details. Thank you, Daddy. He says, asked for details on the conversation on whether Shaw, 50, had actually told Garcia, 40, she was ripping off elderly people. See, even Andy Cohen is like, This isn't mathy. So she says, this is what she says. She told me how this scheme worked. She asked me to be a part of it. I said, absolutely not. And that's when I reached out to my friend in the Secret Service. During the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 4 premiere in September, Garcia revealed she had been a witness in Shaw's fraud case after finding out the scheme and calling someone in the Secret Service who advised her to stay away from the former housewife. Quote, we never actually got to talk after that because then I was a witness in her federal trial and those two mixed Garcia and Cohen. She emphasized that she wasn't the one that opened a case against Jen Shaw because it had been open for like 10 years. While Garcia clarified she has not spoken to Shaw in years, she claimed to have heard that the convict and her family are furious that she snagged a snowflake. Wow, page 6. I hope that you heal what is very broken inside, Garcia said while staring into the camera when asked whether she had a message for her former employer. Shaw is currently behind bars serving out her 5.5-year sentence at a federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas, after pleading guilty to defrauding thousands of people out of money in July of 2022. She has since been photographed in the penitentiary, becoming friends with fellow fraudster Elizabeth Holmes, who celebrated her 50th birthday, completed with an anger management course, and even created a Real Housewives play with the fellow inmates. So, I mean, here's the thing. Like, if you're getting paid by somebody that's ripping off old people, are you taking blood? Like, think about that. If you're working for someone and they're stealing their money to pay you, do you have a responsibility? Kind of like Tom and his whole scheme, right? Like, if you took the victim's money, even though you didn't defraud them, I mean, she was working, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, did you quit immediately? Did you pick up your last paycheck? Were you working anyway? If your husband was very wealthy or rich at least, and like you have 3 kids that you could be at home with, you're working, and now you're hooking up with the Secret Service, man. Let's find out about her ex-boyfriend. Okay, so sorry. Anyways, federal witness means she would have to testify. That means that if Jen Shaw did not say, I want to do a plea deal, I want to take this to trial, the state would gather their evidence and they would start to gather their witnesses and they would put together a list and they would have it together for the trial, and she would be called as a witness. She would be listed as and they would ask her questions and she would be part of the case. And people don't do that for free. People don't even want to be on jury duty for free. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make a lot of sense to go and insert yourself into a federal investigation if you really don't know any. I mean, okay, she told you how it went down, but they already knew how it went down. Like you said, they've been doing that. They've been looking at it for 10 years. Like they're just compiling, just needed probably her workers. And by the time they got everyone in the case involved, signed up for a plea deal, they were good to move. They didn't need to know how it worked. They already knew how it worked. So she didn't have a lot to offer there, in my opinion. It just makes me feel sketched out. Like, I want to look up her ex-boyfriend. Hold on, because it just came out who he is. His name was released. I won't release his name, but I want to see, because I'm pretty sure that he is a cop. 1 second. Her ex-brother-in-law. Now, her oldest daughter is like 16-ish. Hold on. They showed his picture. Oh, here we go. It was out 2 days ago. P.S. Oh, there's more on it. Hold on. It's getting juicy. Don't clutch your pearls. It's getting juicy. Don't dip right now. Monica Garcia's brother-in-law revealed as after 18-month affair, as insider claims they were in love, plus she teases storm ahead of Bermuda trip in live viewing thread. He is a fucking cop. He's a cop. Do you guys get what's happening? Reality blurb. Disabled my ad blocker. Oh, sorry. I don't know what that is. Do you guys get what's happening? She didn't get a hold of her Secret Service friend. She got a hold of this man, her brother-in-law, who's a cop. And she started saying that she was working on a case with him for Jen Shaw so they would have time to, hook up. That's what I think went down. How is this man a cop? That's crazy. Real Housewives of New Jersey, a lot going on with Danielle Cabral after the whole BravoCon $30 hotel room fiasco. She went on Up and Adam with her hairdresser who co-signed for basically everything that she said. And then she went on to do a panel with Jen Fessler, and she was talking about Ozempic and how she has a friend that can't get Ozempic even though that she needs it. And where she lives, the ladies out there, they can't get Ozempic. Like, they have to work out. And she thinks, I'm going to quote her because I think that's the only real way that you guys can understand what she said. And she says all of this while she's on a panel with Jen Fessler, who is on Ozempic, along with Margaret Joseph, right? They're both on Ozempic. And Jen Fessler, she held her own. She was I thought, she responded very well, and she talked about how much of a problem her weight has been her whole life. And even when she came on the show, she was struggling with her eating disorder and her body dysmorphia, and how Ozempic has basically helped her to not have that anymore. And Danielle basically said everyone should be on an effing treadmill. Yeah, like, you shouldn't be on Ozempic. You should be on an effing treadmill. But here's the thing. She had a tummy tuck done right after last year's reunion. She blogged the whole thing. It was all over her Instagram. So it's like the audacity of somebody who has surgical work done to them and they exercise to maintain, okay, is a lot different than you or I going to the gym and running on the effing treadmill. Do you understand how that's very misleading? That's what this is like the conversation that we have all the time about, like, the Kardashians and the rich people who have surgical procedures done that we don't know about, and then they go online and they pretend to work out, and we're like, oh my god, we can, like, just like Larsa saying that her butt is. Now, Larsa, we know you had butt implants, you had a BBL. I'm gonna post the pictures from her before and after too for you guys. So it's like, Danielle, you can't tell people to run on an effing treadmill if you just had a tummy tuck 6 months ago. Are you serious right now? That's insane to me. And you guys know Tony Mellencamp, same thing. She had a lap band, I think, after she had her daughter, not her last daughter, but the daughter before. And she lost a lot of weight, and she went on Housewives and started a weight loss program. And she made people think that her weight loss was from the program, but really she was just maintaining the entire time because she had a surgical procedure that helped her lose the weight. Wait till I quote her. And it's like, where do you live in comparison to Margaret and Jen Fessler and everyone else who's getting Ozempic? All right, this is one day ago. I'm not sure why they were on a panel together and where they were. Why all of this? Maybe we'll find. Danielle Cabral criticizes people who use Ozempic for weight loss for lessening the supply for those who use the drug to treat their diabetes. Quote, I was with somebody today, a very dear friend of mine, who actually needs Ozempic for medical reasons and cannot get it because of this stupid bullshit behavior. The Real Housewives in New Jersey star Page 6 Evans. Oh, so they were doing an interview with Page 6 on Wednesday during virtual reality tea. It was a live taping at the Chelsea Table and Stage in New York City. Cabral goes on to say, but she can't get it. She cannot get it. Real Housewives of New Jersey Jen Fessler, who has used the drug to lose weight, tried to cut in before Cabral blurted out, run on the effing treadmill. Quick backtracking, the 38-year-old True Life alumni told her co-star, "Not you, Jen. Sorry." Despite the apology, Jen Fessler took the opportunity to share why she opted to use the drug for weight loss. Quote, "I mean, I've been running on a treadmill for 55 years, so I've been trying. I've been tortured," Fessler explained, adding that her weight and relationship with food have been a mind F to her. This is the first time in my life I've had relief. Continuing, the Bravo celebrity, who shared that she once weighed 223 pounds at her highest, said that she's tried everything to control her weight. "I was a raging bulimic. I wasn't obese when I joined Real Housewives in New Jersey, but trust me, my head spins, my binging, my cuckoo-ness all around food has been excruciatingly painful, and this is the first time that I found some freedom from it." Fessler revealed earlier this week that the drug with the same active ingredient as Ozempic led to hospitalization. She said, "I have been on, and I'm not going to call it Ozempic. That's been the umbrella name, but I've been on, it's called Segmalu, SEMAGLUTIDE, for over a year now, and I've lost 22 pounds," she said in Monday's episode of her Two Jersey Jays podcast. "I'm not afraid of Ozempic, and I will tell you that I had an experience that was good, and I'm pretty positive that it was, the drug, where I had to go to the hospital for an impacted bowel, and I'm still not about it." So Jen had to go to the hospital for an impacted bowel, and people are saying that it was because of Ozempic. While the drug may have landed her in the hospital, Fessler shared that she hasn't had a problem since. The diabetes turned weight loss drug has become a hot trend. We already know that. And, Dolores confirmed that she was taking it back in July, which kind of hurt my heart a little bit because she, to me, did not look like she needed to lose any weight at all. Like, I felt like she looked amazing. And I was like, damn, you really think you need to lose weight, Dolores? Like, you look amazing. Like, I think she looks the best she's ever looked. I mean, when Dolores first came on the show, she was very slender, very, very, very slender. Jeannie says, "Whatever happens this season, I'm Team Jennifer Aiden. Danielle has become so over the top and mean-spirited." I'm definitely Team Jen Aiden as well. I met her. She was so sweet to me. She was so sweet to all of the fans. I think that she is a great housewife. I think anyone that has something of that magnitude exposed on national television and you handle it like a G, like, you better put some respect on my name. Seriously. Like, she had a whole affair outed on national television. Yes, it was 10 years old, but still the same, right? And that's top level. That's an elevated housewife. Like, it sounds crazy, but people watch during traumatic times in your life when you're most vulnerable. And I feel like that's when they bond with the housewives, and that's when you really get like diehard fans like Teresa and the Tree Stumps and the Tree Huggers, because they are so diehard and they can relate to a time when you, like the housewife, was down or out or vulnerable or whatever the case may be, right? So yeah, I think that definitely actually elevated her in the long run, even though it was probably very painful when it first happened. I think in the long run, a couple of years down the line, it's like I said, it's helped her, it's elevated her on the show, and it's probably helped her, like, not just being able to talk about it and work through it with him instead of, whatever she had to do to just not, worry about it or think about it. But I think that they seem like they're in a great place, and they seem happy, and they hang out with Louis and Teresa all the time, and they're going to be going to the Bahamas to enjoy the holidays with Joe Giudice. So things seem good over there, in my opinion. From what I see, things seem good. Margaret Joseph posted a photo. This is a funny one. Margaret Joseph posted a photo, and she's in a white vest. And don't you know that Laura Lee Jensen commented and said, "I'm pretty sure I bought her that vest." It was kind of hilarious because it was like a fuzzy vest. It wasn't like super cute. It was, you know what I'm saying. And what else in New Jersey? I think it's been quiet over there, hasn't it? I think today has been quiet, but what was said? I can't remember. I'm hearing February for the new season. What are you guys hearing? Has anyone heard anything on when the new season's going to air? Did you guys see on my podcast Housewives 411 that I did a little bit of a deep dive, which I don't normally do, but because I found out that Chris Harrison, who used to host The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, is now at iHeart doing his own podcast, and he's also producing. So he was producing the Two T's in a Pod podcast, and I remember that Teddy Mellencamp would always talk about Chris this, Chris that. Here it was Chris Harrison is who she was talking about, and now because Teddy and Tamara are like pod, or they're producers on the Two J's in a Pod podcast, Chris is also producer on that. Him and his wife are very big Housewives fans. Let's see. Is there any other questions that you have about New Jersey or anything that you guys specifically want to talk about? There hasn't been too much in the headlines. I mean, we know the Judas girls are killing it. We know that, they had the live Sheen ad in Times Square on Thanksgiving. Huge accomplishment. Huge accomplishment. So I think they're doing amazing. Probably just getting ready for the holidays. I didn't get to watch the whole podcast yet of the Namaste Bitches podcast, but I did get to see some of it about Melissa Feaster. Oh, breaks my heart. Really praying for her and thinking of her because I think she is like Melissa Feaster is like one of those people that's like I want to say like supernatural, like superhuman. Like I have a friend like that. Like she went to school full time, single mom. I mean, she did it all, and then went back and got her master's and like got A's. Like there's some people that can just, they have the endurance and they have the energy and they just push through always. And I feel like Melissa Feaster is one of those people, and I feel really bad that she, experienced what she did over BravoCon. Especially during BravoCon, and it's like, I just feel bad. I feel real bad. That's a shit. That just sucks, and it sucks because it's like, if you didn't tell anyone you're pregnant, then you don't really want to tell them now. And I don't feel like moms always get like the sympathy or the, I don't know. They just don't get they always don't get the acknowledgement that they should sometimes when something like that happens, because people think like, that people are just unsympathetic sometimes. But for me, I think that all of us, my audience as well, like we all love Melissa Feaster so much. We're sending her lots of love and good vibes. And, hopefully she can, navigate having a third child and figuring it out. And, that just sucks. So I think she talks a little bit about that on the podcast as well. Also, I did hear about Mary Crosby's son and these posts that he did with like, I don't want to use the wrong word, but like pills and domestic candies, if you will, Mary Crosby's son. Like, and he had a warrant or something. Did you guys hear that? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Did you guys watch this week? What did you think of the whole weed party? Like, were you and Sutton sitting there lighting up a joint like it was nothing? Did you guys think that she smoked weed? Teresa was on the 40 Influential cover, and I think their podcast won something. They're doing great. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yes, she was definitely, I posted about her as a top. That's what I originally had posted when I posted the video of Teresa and Louis at Kathy Hilton's Christmas party. And I said, somebody check on Melissa, because holy shit, like Teresa's been in like Vanity Fair, listed as one of the top 40 influential women, up there with Kyle Richards. Then they had the Sheen ad that was running in Times Square on Thanksgiving Day. And then, we have their podcast, which is doing amazing. I know Jamie, you're correct. It did win something. I'm not sure on the correct one. But they're doing amazing. They really are. And then meanwhile, it looks like Joe and Melissa were filming at like Gordon Ramsay's restaurant with JWoww and her boyfriend, JWoww from Jersey Shore. And allegedly during the episode, like they didn't talk to Joe and Melissa at all. There was only like one small clip of like Joe and Melissa sitting there waiting for their food. And Melissa had already posted prior, way prior, like when they filmed it with Gordon Ramsay, like, ooh, project up and coming. And then the project came and it wasn't so great because they didn't show them. They were like, I don't know why, they were just more interested in JWoww and her boy. Was it JWoww? Yeah, I think it was JWoww. I do. But she kind of, wasn't a good look because everyone's like, whoa, you posted like you were like this, like you were about to be like in this episode, right? And she really wasn't in there at all. No. Also, what was that? Sorry, I thought I saw something. Jamie also said she heard February for the new season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Thank God. Some people, once I heard October, I said, there's no way it would be October. Like, I mean, it could be, of course, but I would hope to God not. But you never know. I had a whole list of things I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I left it downstairs because I'm up here in my new office trying to get it together. And I just feel like I'm going to have to move it so that the window's behind me, because if not, it doesn't look great. The walls are like, it just doesn't not vibing for me. So all right, guys, well, make sure that you guys, I am going to be back at it on the YouTube. Okay, I am going to be back at it on my channel. I kind of was like getting my podcast up and going for a while, so I haven't been doing my lives, but I'm going to be getting back to that, getting back to the swing of things. If there's anything that you guys are interested in hearing, or you have any questions, or you hear any topics that you want to hear more about, then you guys can definitely email me. I'm going to put my email in the chat, but it's literally housewifehistorian2022@gmail.com. So you guys can email me any questions, any topics that you want to discuss. And I'm going to be coming back with, like, we're going to be talking Potomac. We're going to be talking Salt Lake City. Also, somebody did, thank you so much. I think it was Green Door. Yes, Green Door said Monica's boyfriend / brother-in-law was a fire chief, not the police. I'm sorry. He wasn't the Secret Service, but I mean, he's part of that brotherhood. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're a fireman, you're practically a police officer. You can't arrest people, but you do all the same things. So I'm just saying. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Deb. Thank you guys so much for following and listening. You guys are the best. I appreciate all of you guys' love and support and your comments. And I'll have more tea for you guys soon. Promise. Bye.